I told a stranger our love language was arguing this week, and that stranger was a receptionist, and we were at the stroke doctor. Want to talk about it?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I think we were scheduling labs for you and arguing about the schedule because, I don't know, you were pulling up calendars or something. If any medical moms have calendars, they get this, but there's like a million of them.
Yep.
And a million different appointments, and you have to stack them all together and whatever. And we sync ours. So like you have your work calendar kind of synced up to the family calendar. So when I'm scheduling, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we just started arguing about scheduling, location. I think I was actually arguing with you about trying to make you go get your lab work done now, like right then versus later, and like what location we wanted to go to. And you were just like, no, I have to work. And I was like, but it's right around the corner. And this poor receptionist was just sitting there like, is this really happening right now? And so, yeah, so I looked at her and I was like, this is our love language. And she did start laughing.
Yeah.
So she got it. It's not really. I think we were kind of like actually arguing
I don't think so.
or debating.
Debating, probably. I wouldn't say arguing, but
Yeah. It was just, funny story, and comes with the territory when you are juggling stroke appointment, special needs kiddo, work, all that.
yep.
So anyway, and also, once we had the doctor in the room, I took that opportunity to ask him about something going on with my brain, because why not?
Yeah.
All right. We are going to play one of our favorites, agree or disagree.
Okay.
All right. And I'm going to be reading the first one, so you'll read the next one after me.
You got it.
This is one that is a hot topic right now in our house.
Is it?
Is it? Is it? It is. Yes, it is. The first one is, it is okay to take toll roads when you're running late. Agree or disagree?
I disagree.
I agree.
I disagree.
I agree. And do you know why I agree? Or do you care?
I'll
You don't
hear it.
care, do you?
I'll hear it, but I'm not going to agree with it.
Okay, so, like, first and foremost, most of the time when we're running late, it's not my fault. Most of the time, it's
Really?
your teenage daughter's fault.
Okay. So
You'll give me that. Will you give me that in this court of law right now?
That's fair. You've done good getting yourself up. So
Yeah.
I'm
in a good season of narcolepsy.
I will give you that part.
Which is weird. I go in like cyclical, like weird. I don't know if I'll go into a bad one again. I might. But anyways,
no idea.
I think it's because I take so much narcolepsy medication that it's probably permanent.
I'm not sure.
Long story short, most of the time it is your teenage daughter that has us running late. Now, I don't generally take the toll road if it's just them getting to school late, which they like almost never do. We're almost always on time, even if we're running late and I don't take it, which is now recorded. Crap. But I take it when Mila's therapy is in jeopardy. So like she has occupational therapy at 8 a.m. If we're running late and I don't get the kids to school at like 7:50 or whatever, we're late to OT. Because, it also takes your teenage daughter about 5 minutes to get out of the car.
Yep.
And that's a whole thing. Your son, he flies right out.
As he should.
And also, I'm fairly sure, could be wrong, haven't fact checked it, but I'm pretty sure the route is like 88 cents. One way.
Yes. And
Worth it.
No.
Why?
Because that builds up over time.
It does. You're
you
right.
Start getting comfortable and then you end up getting a bill like I got.
But I'm saying when you're running late.
You shouldn't be running late that much. If you're running late that much.
Well, that's a whole other conversation because your daughter.
But that.
Now there are times there every now and then it is rarely but sometimes my fault. And I'll own that and take the toll road. But most of the time it's her getting in the car late.
Okay. So again, there's ways to fix that though.
Which are what?
Wake up earlier. Get her up earlier. Get everybody else up earlier. Make sure everything's ready to go.
So that begs the question.
I even offered to step in for that.
Oh, you should.
Because I'm frustrated with it.
So that begs a question for our audience. At what age do you stop waking your child up or like holding them, like waking them up like a child? If they are almost 16 years old, don't you think it's time they wake themselves?
Yeah, I mean, at some point,
especially when they're going to be driving.
At some point, they've got to learn responsibility. And I don't.
It's going to be a disaster when she's driving our son to school one day.
I don't know. I mean, I hate it because it's not fair to him, but I don't really know.
That's funny. We'll have to have Christina, my sister, on this podcast because I drove her to school for a while. She'll be listening to this and she'll start laughing. And I used to get her in trouble all the time. She was
I'm
late.
not surprised.
I know.
Poor Christina.
Okay, you know what though? I had undiagnosed narcolepsy. Not my fault.
Okay, I mean,
Was it my fault or not? Admit it. It wasn't.
yeah, but you had other people at the house to wake you up, did you not?
Yeah,
Okay.
mom literally without giving anything away about mom personally, yeah, she tried really, really, really hard.
Okay.
You believe that because you've been there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know her. She tries her hardest.
No, I'm talking about you having to wake me up like before narcolepsy medication.
Yeah, I know. I know how that is. I
Yeah.
get it.
So yes, I had people there to wake me up, but you know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't go well. So anyways, yeah. Long story short, it is totally fine to take a toll road if you're running late.
I disagree. I still think there's ways to fix that. Like if it is legitimately something that can't be helped, an emergency, that's one thing. Like I understand.
What define emergency in your?
Gosh, I don't know. I mean, if somebody needs to go to the hospital, if you know,
then you can take a toll road.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, come
absolutely.
on. Well, first of all, call 911. Second of all,
I'm just saying, like it's just like
if you have to take a toll road to get to the hospital, you should be calling 911.
Well, okay. I guess my thing is that can always be helped and fixed by putting structure in place in the mornings to make sure that they're where they need to be on what time. And again, I said I would step in and help with it. And sure enough, I about pulled her butt downstairs last week or this week, whenever
she was still
it
in the
was.
car late a couple times. Not anything against you, just her dragging her feet.
Well, yeah, and
she is very much not a morning person.
You know, and well, we're going to fix that.
I think part of the problem is she stays up too late.
Probably.
I think both of our kids stay up too late,
Probably.
and we need to do a better job of getting them in bed on time.
That we can do.
Yeah.
That we can
I think
do.
that would help, probably.
I agree.
And also, she's very capable of waking herself up when she's motivated to do so. Meaning, when she has something at school that she wants to be like cute and ready for, she wakes up and she does her hair and she gets her breakfast and she's all like ready. And there's been times where that's happened and she's come and woken me up, even though I didn't need to be woken up. Like I was going by my alarm. Yep. So she can. She just chooses not to.
Well, we'll figure something out.
I'm sure she's going to love this part of the podcast.
Well, we'll figure something out.
Your son is a morning person. He's usually up pretty early.
Yeah, he is.
Is he up before you Saturday mornings? No? Okay. I usually know if I can ask him to bring me my coffee based on whether our dog, Golden Retriever, is in our room on the floor. If I see Luke on the floor, I know Aiden is up and I can yell at him to bring me coffee.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad?
I mean, it just is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Can you bump your head closer to the mic, by the way? Because like you're going to make me have to edit a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, you are reading the next one.
I got the next one. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah, this is a pretty good one. Agree or disagree? Siri can't be considered AI anymore.
I agree.
All right, I want to hear your take first. Based on what?
She's artificially unintelligent.
Okay, I don't disagree with that.
I don't think she's AI.
You don't?
Mm-mm. I think she's a, like, voice that can't even... a perfect example. I asked her on the way to pick up the kids from school the other day because I was like brainstorming ideas for the podcast and I wanted to keep a list. And I literally asked her to create a list. I literally said, hey, SIRI, create a list. Sorry, I can't do that.
Yep.
You're not AI. I'm sorry. It's your, like, it's within the Apple ecosystem. If you can't create a list in your own ecosystem, I'm sorry, you're not intelligent. Yeah. Therefore, you can't be artificial intelligence.
Yeah, I think Apple's knows that deficiency.
Do they,
I think they're working on it.
Do they care?
I think they just came out recently with a partnership that they're coming out with Gemini, I believe it is.
Great.
It's going to use it, which, I mean, Gemini's been fine. I have checked all three of them. Chat is...
There's 4. Grok.
Well, I don't use Grok as I consider like
good.
a mainstream. It's okay. Like, I know it's better.
It can read, like, long PDFs.
Well, so
without having to run, like, OCR garbage. Like, yeah. I gave it, like, sorry, I know I cut you off. I gave it, like, a 53-page medical record from Mila, and it, like, that read through the whole thing. And some of it was handwritten. So it's really good on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're all good in their ways, but
except
I mean,
for Siri.
I know. Well, that she's not, to me, I agree with you when
you do.
I consider she's not AI, honestly.
Oh, okay, so you do agree because I didn't get your take on it.
I know you could.
No, you asked me.
Well, yeah, I thought you were done.
You said.
Are you done? I can wait.
I'm never done.
Fair enough. Do you want me to sit here? I can.
No, so you do agree.
I agree she's not as advanced AI
Do you
wise
think
as
she's
what these
AI
are.
though?
I think probably she tries to be, and they probably tried to make her and didn't do a great job doing it.
To be fair, she was like the first.
To me, with AI, I consider like there's different things that I would expect AI to be able to do, and one of them is
Create a list.
well, creating a list is one thing. Like I'll just tell you, doing the meal plans when I did it last week and what the week before.
Did you cheat on those?
No, I literally told it to.
Steven.
I said no. I told it. I said this is what I want to make. I'm going to Walmart. Get me a list created, and I used Gemini just as a test,
Mm-hmm.
and it created me. There's like a I don't remember what they call it. It's like their version of list or whatever.
Claude would probably do a better job of that.
It may. I hadn't tested it yet, but it did a fantastic job. I was literally like, this is what I want to make. And it was like, okay, well, here's the ingredients on how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to Walmart. Go ahead and, put this all into a list. Also, I've got a family of 5. Make sure that the portions are sufficient for that.
I have a new
And
challenge.
hold on, I'm not done. Anyway,
Okay. It's so hard.
I know it is for you.
It is.
Goodness
It
gracious.
is really hard. Keep
But
going.
anyway, my point is I
Mhm.
was very specific with what I needed. And the more specific you are, the big thing I've learned about that is prompts. If you don't have good prompts, then your AI is not going to be very helpful. But
Yeah.
it can do a lot of things. Like I've been using Claude recently, and I know the question was about Siri, but when I consider AI and where it is today
Mm.
versus what Siri is right now, it's embarrassingly different.
Yeah.
Like it's
And same with
ridiculous.
ALEX.
I mean, I'm honestly surprised Siri can even set an alarm by
Barely.
voice. By voice. I mean,
Barely.
seriously, it's ridiculous. Like I will have chat sessions with each of them going down the road just to see what they all think. I mean, it's
So here's a
crazy.
challenge for your audience because Alexa and Siri get each other mixed up. She just lit up in the corner. Sometimes when I will tell Siri to set an alarm, Alexa will respond.
Mm.
And I'm not quite figuring out why. I'll literally say, "Hey Siri," and then see she doesn't even respond. She's worthless. and then Alexa will respond to that.
Mm.
That's bizarre. Also, challenge. If you're doing a meal plan, I challenge you next time, give it the ingredients we already have in the house and then tell it to create you recipes based on those ingredients.
Oh, I can even go one better than that. I don't even have to give it to them. I can take a picture of what's in our pantry.
You're so domestic.
I'm just saying.
It's a great idea. Do it.
I know it is. I'm just saying, like, that's what you can do with that stuff.
Yep.
I know there's apps out there. I've already looked into that before, not even taking AI in the picture, that will literally let you put the ingredients in and it'll come up with meals based on it. I know there's some. I'm
Oh
trying
yeah,
to
there's like
remember what it's
websites
called.
for that.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was called. But AI, though, you literally could go in there in your pantry, take pictures of everything that you have and say, hey, this is what we got. Create me a meal plan based on this. And it may ask like a couple of clarifying things. Like I know Claude is real good about that. It'll ask you clarifying questions like,
Yeah, and I
hey,
love
do
how
you
it gives you
have-
multiple choice.
Yeah, oh yeah, I do too, because it writes back. It may say something like, if you did that, do you have a crock pot, right? Or do you have like it'll ask you to be specific, and I love it because I used it at work for something a week or two ago, and what it spit out was incredible.
Here's
It
what
was
I
really
want, since ChatGPT or OpenAI just partnered with the Pentagon and everyone's talking about drones. I would like drone delivered meals by AI. And let's move on to the next one before we bore people to death.
That's fine. I'll say a final thought on that, but
Well, no, because we're gonna get to that, and we got a really good one in a minute. Save it.
fair enough.
Okay, the next one is 3 to 5 business days to respond to a text from a friend is okay when your brain is on overdrive. Agree or disagree?
I don't really know because I've never struggled with that. Like I'll forget sometimes.
For me, agree or disagree?
Well, with everything you got going on, I guess that's fine.
Because you give me a hard time about it.
Well, yeah, because they're friends. They're just reaching out.
Do you want to take a random guess about how many messages I have right now? Just throw a number.
Probably over 1,000 if I had to guess.
Throw a number.
3,000.
Serious? Well, okay, come on.
Yeah.
Can you be a little more realistic?
Okay, 1,000 something, 1,050.
602.
Okay.
Also, that's because Ariana cleaned them out for me recently.
Oh, well, then I was close to probably being really accurate then with my
When
1,000
she
count.
cleaned them out for me recently, I think I had like 800 something.
Mm.
Um, so I can speak to that a little bit. Like I, so I would actually call myself out and say that I disagree. It's okay to some extent. It depends on who it is. Close friends, like my friend Jenna texted me the other day and like I didn't respond for a while and she's like, I'll show up and make sure you're okay. It's like in that situation, like, yeah, it's just I see two things happen. I either see the text message come through and my ADD brain responds in my head, okay? Or responds multiple times in my head. I have one message right now from the girl that I had coffee with the other day. I've responded to her like 6 times, okay? But not really in real life.
In your head.
Yes, in my head specifically. Or I just can't. Like I'm so either overstimulated, overwhelmed, whatever the case may be, and I just like my brain just feels like it can't. It just can't, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's a product of a combination of the overload with being a medical mom, having a child with special needs, navigating the systems that we're navigating with Medicaid and whatnot and fighting for all of that. And then like coordinating doctors for you and for me and for the kids, and PTSD. And so, yeah, it just becomes like a whole, and then they stack up and then I get anxious and then I don't respond at all because then now I'm overwhelmed and my ADHD becomes decision paralysis. You can Google that later.
Okay.
You won't. It's okay.
I probably won't.
I'll explain
know.
it to you if you would like to know.
Okay.
You explained the hole in men's undies to me. I can explain.
I did. That's
decision
true.
paralysis.
I sure did. Oh, my
you didn't
goodness.
explain it. You showed it.
Fair enough.
Okay. Europe.
Okay. Let's see what we got. Let's see. All right. Speaking of that, AI will one day take over the world.
Agree.
You think so?
Yes, but not in the way that people think.
Okay. How?
Well, do
I'll
you
ask
agree or
first.
disagree?
I disagree that it'll take over the world, but I believe that it will be a fundamental aspect of society because it really already is.
That's what I mean, basically.
Well, then, if you're saying that it's a fundamental place.
I think it is taking over in the sense. Do you think the internet took over the world? Even if it didn't intentionally do it itself?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. That's what I mean when I say like take over the world.
Well, that it's going to change the way that fundamentally change the way
100%.
we do things.
100%. But I think that we are, as a society, going to literally rely on AI for everything. So like imagine the world we grew up in was when the internet became a thing.
Yep.
And now the internet is integral the right word?
Yeah.
In everything in this world that without the internet, like if the internet went down, we would have civil unrest, right? Like across, like everyone's internet's down, like across the board. Like let's just talk world internet off, if that's even possible. Civil unrest, okay? Eventually, not like right away. Well, maybe some TikTokers might get a little crazy, but what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought.
It's integral, and
yeah. So I think that AI is going to get to that point because yes, OpenAI signed a deal with Pentagon. And whatever that means, who knows? But I think what I personally think it means is probably just that the Department of Defense is going to be using OpenAI for assistance with who knows what, replacing human jobs with it, probably to some extent, depending on what it is. You know what I mean? Like I think it's probably pretty, now at least, harmless. I could be naive. I haven't gone down this rabbit hole. But I think that like power grids are going to start to rely on it. Apparently the Department of Defense is going to use it. We use it. Schools are going to use it. Banks are going to use it. We already are. People are going to be dating it. So I think in that situation, yes, it's going to be long story short, our kids are going to grow up in a world where AI is necessary for civilization as it exists.
Dating it. Talking about like some kind of like
100%.
Megan Fox stuff? Robot?
To some extent, yes. There's holograms that are coming out that are kind of like that. There are specifically inappropriate AI channels. Also, somebody just told me today that OpenAI has recently started to allow
What,
inappropriateness.
explicit content?
Uh-huh.
Okay, interesting.
Like you can, I guess, talk to it that way.
Okay.
Or generate stuff. Yeah.
Is it my turn to talk yet? I don't want to
You need
interrupt
permission?
you. Yeah.
Permission granted.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. I do see where it could help the Department of Defense, though, because it could definitely be helping with cyber attacks. I think that's probably, as we talked, you kind of alluded to it, if the internet goes down or something else that we fundamentally rely on goes down, then, you know,
hospitals.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be able to work if the internet went down. There's a lot of things people wouldn't be able to do if the internet went down. So
cell towers, baby.
I'm not saying that
those don't need internet. Well, yeah, for the most part.
My point is just that I could definitely see them using it to help with security attacks, and as those things, because those things happen all the time, whether we see it or not. I guarantee you there are probably hundreds, if not thousands, that happen or try to happen on a daily basis.
Well, you get mailings that say like your stuff's been stolen all the time.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm still waiting on my money from the Saudi prince, but
what?
Know, yeah,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You didn't catch that, did you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No. Those people out there will know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, I got no clue.
Okay.
You are up next.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, this may be or may not be controversial. Hopefully it won't be. But diagnoses can be overused as an excuse.
Agree.
You think so?
I do.
Okay.
Do you agree or disagree?
I agree with that. Go ahead. I'll listen to you.
If we are talking about something that has been diagnosed by a doctor, we need to separate that. If we are talking about something like the word trauma, very overused. The word trauma has been tossed around. Oh, I made a bad grade on my math test. It was traumatic for me. Okay. You know, don't do that. It's ridiculous. That's not trauma. Okay. So in that case, now if you kind of like what you were saying in the one podcast where you were talking about your circumstances and how you can work to overcome them, then I think you can overuse it. Like if I overuse PTSD and depression and said, I'm not going to work to better myself, then that would be me using it as an excuse to not try to improve my mental health. Right. So like, oh, I have PTSD and depression. I'm too depressed. I can't go to therapy. Or, oh, I have PTSD and depression. I'm too depressed. I can't go pick up the kids. I'm too anxious. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Is it a real life impacting thing? Yeah, 100%. I struggle with it every moment of every day. My brain is literally stuck in fight or flight. But that doesn't mean that I can let it take over me. You're next. You have permission to speak.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to start doing that. That way I can
that'd be awesome.
do it. I'll start asking.
Okay, thank you.
Works for me.
Great. Awesome.
No, the only thing I'll say to that, I guess, to put it in perspective is I guess technically like I had a stroke. I mean, I could use
technically
that
you had a stroke or you did have a stroke?
Well, I did have one, but I'm just mean like I could technically use it, I guess is what I mean, if I really wanted to use that as like a detriment, but I refuse to. So
I don't think you give your stroke enough room to, what's the word I'm looking for? Sometimes I think you fight your stroke a little too much in the sense that you don't give yourself enough time to rest. Does that make sense?
I guess, but
you're not good at resting.
Well, no, but
so in that case, it's kind of the opposite of not using it as an excuse. Like you went back to work, what, 7 days after you had one?
No,
it was fat. No,
because I had my surgery
but that was day 5. You got home on a Sunday. You were back to work very, very fast.
It wasn't long. I don't remember.
It wasn't.
I don't know.
It wasn't even. It was under 2 weeks. I think it was more like 7 to 8 days.
Well, that was my decision.
I know it was. No, and I respect that decision. I'm just saying.
Well, I just didn't want. What I didn't want is. I wanted to try to get back.
Well, you had just started that job.
Yeah.
And there was a pressure there.
Yeah, I wanted to try to get back to where I knew I could be as quick as I could. Like I understand that there is definitely going to be a recovery period, but I refused to let that
Yeah.
like just. I didn't. I guess what I mean to say is like I didn't. Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't good about letting my brain heal during the
Mm.
time, but it's hard for me to do it because I don't like me knowing I had I guess a detriment, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Did you put a lot of pressure on yourself? I know you do now, but when I was working before that whole situation, when that started to become unsafe for me, or like my job security was on the line because of the disability, do you think that amplified the pressure you put on yourself?
Oh, 100%. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it's not anybody's fault. It just is what it
Well, it is
is. Like,
somebody's fault.
well, yeah, but I'm just mean
You
like,
mean it's not our fault?
correct,
Yeah.
correct.
And I'm not trying to bait you into an answer. I just wanted on your honest take on whether or not that increased the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it does, as you know, the main provider's supposed to be, right? That's the way
Well,
I view
at
it.
the
But
time
you
we were
were.
both. Well, no. I don't mean that. I just mean at the time we were both working,
Mm
and there was an imminent threat.
hmm.
The treatment I was experiencing was becoming increasingly bad as the yeah, and so we had real reason. It was hostile to say the least,
Mm hmm.
and I didn't. I was curious. I don't think I've ever asked you whether you put additional pressure on yourself during that time because it was starting to go down that road.
Yeah, just in case. I mean, I definitely did just to make sure that I was doing everything I could, like where I was at
Yeah.
the ability I was at, right? Like
Yeah.
it's is what it is. Like it was that was where I was at. I was trying to get back to where I was as quick as I could,
Mm.
so that way. I mean, there's always that thought back there. I was pretty good. I mean, about compartmentalizing it and trying to focus directly on my job to make sure I could get back to be at that place I
Sounds
know
like
I
it was a
can be.
combination, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, or
What do you mean?
like a combination of pressure from my
Oh, I thought you
situation?
said accommodation. I was like,
Sorry, no, a combination of pressure from my situation with you wanting to simply get back to your
yeah,
yeah
100%.
baseline or
Yeah,
whatever.
that was it.
Um, okay, last one is mine, which is gifting myself a week of no appointments, including Mila's therapy, which is our special needs daughter, is okay. Agree or disagree?
I agree with that.
I agree.
I'm fine. I wish I
I
could give you more than that if I
No, it's not
could.
on you. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to take a week. I don't know what week that's going to be, but I think I'm going to call it my there will be no appointments during this week. And I think it'll have to be once we get past some of the Medicaid stuff
Hmm.
because, we've had pretrial hearings that have been rescheduled twice. And so who know, you don't
Yeah.
know what's going to end up getting thrown out there. But um, consider it like taking a vacation from work,
Hmm.
like, yes, I'm still laboring in the home. And with Mila, she requires 24/7 care. But at least saying no doctor's appointments, unless they're acute, no therapies, 1 week.
Hmm.
Drive to pick up the. Would you be willing to drive and pick up the kids during that week?
If I could make it work
Or
with
maybe just
work,
maybe drive them, but not necessarily pick them up
if
potentially.
I could make it work with
Yeah,
work, I could. Yeah, but
we could talk about it.
yeah.
All right. So let's move in to this week's topic, which is going to be marriage under pressure. Marriage, showing up, being married, but driving each other insane,
Yeah.
which is probably going to be what we're going to call this episode.
Okay.
We'll start with something that we are actively struggling with, which is tone of voice. Both of us.
Yep.
Do you want to say anything on that, or do you want me to?
You can go first. I'll jump after.
I have a problem with my tone, specifically with you and the two older kids. Um, I snap or not snap, but yeah, I'm gonna be on snapped. No, I react sharply a lot, and sometimes I don't even realize it or mean to do that, and it's always a product of I'm overstimulated,
Hmm.
always. Um, Whereas you, and I'll let you speak to yours, like why sometimes you react with a sharp tone.
Mine is just frustration. I think just over and over and over again.
But I
Like,
think it's your stroke.
well, I don't know. Again, I don't know. Maybe I can't. I can't like point out that I know guaranteed that's what it is. I do know like yeah, it's easier for me to get frustrated.
Yeah.
and upset and angry as part of it. That has definitely changed,
And we've all
100%.
noticed that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. And so it's like I hate that because that's one of the things that like
Mhm.
anger is not something that like I mean, can anger be used in a positive way? I mean, yeah, I guess it can,
If
but
you channel it in the right way.
channel it, yeah. But again, a lot of the times when you feel that, being able to channel it in a
Most of the time it's directed at the people that you're comfortable with the most,
yeah,
which happen to be the people you love the most, which happen to be like wife, kids, whatever.
mm-hmm,
Um, I can tell you that something that's important is if you're in a particularly bad mood, I will tell our two older children, I will just remind them. And I say this with love because I love you and is it your responsibility to control your temper? Yes, but is it your fault that you have a struggle with that because of your stroke? No. So I think the important thing is just letting the older kids know, hey, this is dad's stroke.
mm-hmm,
This isn't dad. And they know that. And I don't say that to hurt you
yeah.
because I feel like you look like you're hurt by that.
I mean, I hate it. I hate it. I really do. I hate to even hear it. But I mean,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
it's not. I'm not worried about that. I mean, I just trying to be
I don't
cognizant
know if I've
of.
ever told you that.
I don't. I don't think so. I just, it's one of them things that's
How does
just
that make you feel?
sad for you guys. I mean,
No,
I don't want that. Like, that's not what I want. I mean,
I know.
I want to be a joy to be around, but I mean,
You are still a joy to be around.
well, the problem is though is that I don't know when, like those days.
Always, because we love you and we want you around
Well,
no
no, no,
matter
I
what.
know that. I'm not worried so much about that. I just don't ever want there to be a hesitation where, he's coming, let's watch
Mm,
out type thing.
that's rare. It's rare when you're in such a mood that honestly, when you drink Monster Energy drink, it's like then it is watch out.
Hmm.
I don't know why. Uh
Well, I don't
remember?
really
No,
drink
you don't.
that. I don't.
But the ones there's been a couple of occasions where you have drank a regular Monster without the sugar. I drink the zero sugar, but there's been a couple of occasions where you've drank a regular one with sugar and then it is a watch out.
Hmm.
Not like watch out physical. Like let's make that very very clear. That is not what we're talking about. We're talking about watch out dad is going to like raise his voice or whatever, be
Hmm.
frustrated. Um you don't remember that?
Vaguely maybe. I think I remember the specific
It
one
doesn't agree
too.
with your brain for some reason.
I don't know. Yeah.
Um I mean honestly though, Stephen, like I mean, I think we're both equally guilty of that. I know we're both equally guilty of that.
Hmm.
My tone is not soft most of the time.
Yeah.
We know this. Sometimes I don't even realize I come across that way.
Yeah.
Um, and I think, well, let me ask you this. Since all of this has happened, like pre-stroke, from what you can remember, do you feel like it's gotten worse? Like my tone of voice? Because I know I struggled with patience to some extent before, just as a product of anxiety and narcolepsy and being tired. But like, do you feel like it's gotten worse after the cascade of events that we've been through?
Yeah. Probably. I
So
would say so. Yeah. I'm pretty confident. Yeah. But
where I was going with that is I feel like for me, it's a product of PTSD. And I don't want to overuse that diagnosis as an excuse because I can still control it. It is hard, but I can control it. And I am determined to figure that out. And that is one of the things that I've talked to my therapist as a non-negotiable for healing is my tone of voice and reactions. Right. But with that being said, it is still hard because with PTSD, and I'm sure a lot of people that have it can relate to this, but my brain is literally stuck in fight or flight at all times, no matter what. Um, this is interesting, and this is something I experience, and maybe people can relate to this or maybe not, but I don't know if I've ever even told you this. Maybe I have. I am at all times, there is a muscle group in my body that is physically tense. And what I mean by that is, like, let's say I'm laying on the therapist couch and she's trying to do a mindfulness exercise with me, which is basically like trying to focus on something that brings like peace or whatever. And I notice it in other scenarios too, even just watching TV, but I notice that something tenses. So I will notice my neck tense and I will try to relax it. And a few seconds will go by, and then I'll notice that I've started to tense up my legs, and I'll relax them. And then a few seconds will go by, and then I'll notice I'm tensing my jaw, and a few seconds will go by, and then I'll notice my hands have tensed up, my arms have, and it's like it's involuntary. I can't help it. So that's kind of like a physical manifestation of being in fight or flight. Like my brain can't turn it off. My brain right now is unable to acknowledge that I'm safe. My brain has my body physically bracing for the next thing. And, it's earned it because look how many waves we've been hit with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of that to say that there are some days that are harder than others if I am processing a lot of information, if a lot's coming at me. If there's a lot going on that day, like, I don't know, stuff related to the house we're still trying to sell, like, whatever. If there's just many, many things running through my brain, then I can very easily fly off the handle.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the older two kids get the brunt of it, though I know you get some of that too. And I'll be honest with you, there's been moments where, I've snapped at Mila and raised my voice with her. And of course I feel enormously guilty about that. But that's kind of what happens with me. And I'm not trying to hijack your side of it, but I feel like with you specifically, it has also escalated since your stroke, meaning neither one of us were super patient people before, because I think we're both pretty type A, high performing, like go type of people,
Yep.
with high standards. And so that kind of manifests itself in some struggles with patience, but then you had the stroke, which literally impacted a part of your brain that does regulate emotion and anger.
Mm-hmm.
And then, my stuff. And so while it's not an excuse, and while a diagnosis isn't an excuse, it contributes,
Yeah.
And I think that that's where therapy, lots of therapy. And for me, I'll be honest, because I'm an open book here on this podcast, medication is part of that plan. A psychiatrist and a therapist working hand in hand to stabilize me. And for you, that, that's your journey, but therapy for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm working on that. I mean, I definitely know, just thinking through some examples of when I know I get mad and frustrated this is a stupid one, but
The clean
yeah,
dishwasher
I
stuff.
showed both kids how to do the dishwasher.
We don't want to rehash that though, because we did on the last podcast.
Yeah, that's just the
I can
best
link
way.
it.
Well, that's the best way I know to tell you to do it, is I've already taught them how to do it, and
Yeah.
then it doesn't get done that way, and it's like after one time, I feel like, it's okay, let's remind them,
Mm-hmm.
but then it continues to happen, and then so now I feel like I'm having to re-remind again.
Yeah.
Because
Your triggers seem to be structure, cleanliness,
Yep.
not listening. And because both of us, but you are high performing, high expectation.
Yeah,
I think the stroke has amplified that.
probably so. And
Does that sound right?
yeah, I would say so. Yeah, and I know that. I mean, even just discussions here recently, my expectations are too high.
No,
I
I mean,
have them.
I've seen improvement since you've been in therapy.
Well, they are for the kids though, for sure. And I know I do it to you too. I'm sure. I mean, I don't.
Sometimes, yeah.
I
think I do it more to you than you do it to me.
I don't know.
I think you struggle more with the kids, and I struggle more with all of y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're being honest.
fine.
And that's a struggle in our marriage I think you struggle a lot with my tone of voice with you.
I can. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard
Mm-hmm.
because you take it personal,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not personal.
Yeah.
But of course it feels personal because I'm your wife.
Yep.
And that is something that is my responsibility to work on.
Yeah.
But do you think that there's somewhat of a responsibility for you? And I'm genuinely asking, like, not accusing you. I'm just curious your thoughts. Do you think there's somewhat of a responsibility for you to learn how to not take it personal?
Yeah, I mean,
For now, at least.
with us, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to understand that. The thing is, it comes easy for me at work. Like
What do you mean?
well, I mean, in the past, like I've gotten yelled at work for stuff. Like
It's
wasn't even
different
my
when it's your
fault.
spouse.
Well, right, but that's what I mean. Like that, I know how to do it. You know, it's
Mm.
not like I don't, but
I don't yell at you.
with us, it's I just mean like being able to compartmentalize when to take it personal and when not. Like in a work environment, like I know how to
Mhm.
separate those. I can do that.
Can we clarify? I don't yell at you.
Yeah, I didn't say you did.
I like
I did. I
react with
hope I
it.
didn't.
No,
Okay.
but I think they might think that's what you were saying.
Yeah. No, I don't.
It's more so like a, how would you describe it?
Um, I don't. It's not a yell, but it's just like it's
Frustration,
a frustration.
annoyance,
It's an
anger.
annoyance and frustration
Yeah.
tone. That's the best way I know to put it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
And it is not you.
Mm.
Unless you're at the grocery store and you call me about, like, I don't know, where do I find the bread?
I've not done
I'm
that in a
not
long
saying you
time.
have. I'm
Right.
just saying, like, that was the best possible example I could come up with. Because listen, I'll be honest with you. And I think this is a man thing. I don't think this is like a stroke thing. I think this is a man thing. Y'all seem to not be able to go to the store without calling your wife.
I don't know.
Like, I
I went
don't
yesterday just fine without calling you.
I mean, fair, but for the most part, like almost like 99% of the time when you go somewhere, you call me. Or if you're going to pick up prescriptions, you'll call me and be like, how many?
Well, I do want to ask.
I know, and it
I have
drives
to
me
ask that
nuts.
because number one, I don't see how many we
You
have.
could just name off everyone on the family when you get there. Just
Yeah,
say,
but
will you please check?
you know what it is?
What?
I don't trust the other people to give us. Let's say
That's
that
fair.
you had both. You had two,
Mm-hmm.
and my what would happen? My situation, I would get there and say I'm picking up for Rachel,
Mm-hmm.
and then they would give me one, and you had two, and then you'd get mad because I didn't get the other one,
It's fair.
and then I'd have to go back and get it the
I
other
wouldn't get
one.
mad at you. I'd get mad at them. In that situation, like if we didn't talk about it and you didn't know, then I would not get mad at
That's
you.
why I ask
I'd be
because I
frustrated by
like
the situation, which you would then take personal and thought I was mad at you,
yeah.
when in fact my anger is actually directed at them. But it would seem like it was directed at you. Does
My
that make
whole my
sense?
whole point is I like to know the whole situation up front. That way I know when I go, I know exactly what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And that way if you say there's two ready
Mm-hmm.
and I get up there and they go, "Oh, well Rachel's got one." I go, "No, there's two."
Has that happened?
Yeah, and I've called you while I've been there because
Would
they
it
would
help to have
say,
the app just installed on your phone so you can see?
I mean, sure, but if it asks me to log in every other day, I'm not going to
It
use it.
doesn't. It
I'm not going
doesn't.
to use it. I'm only
No,
going to do it
it
once.
keeps you logged in.
Yeah, I'm not going to be
Um,
fiddling with that. But
no,
yeah,
it keeps you logged in. Another thing that we really struggle with, which honestly could probably be a podcast in and of itself, but I know it's been a recent argument to some extent, is my inability to even open the bank account app. Like, I can't do it. I can't look at it. I can't, like, for example, when I know you get a daily alert of our bank account balance. When I got on your messages on your laptop today to send myself that Word document, I saw Truist like down on the sidebar or whatever, like of your messages, and I like looked away instantly. I cannot. And it drives you crazy because I used to manage the finances and I used to manage them well.
yeah,
And
yeah. When we
I can't
had
do it.
to.
I can't do it. And what changed was in 2020, the month before Mila was born and all of that trauma happened. Remember, I got that 25% pay cut.
Mhm.
And then Mila was born. And then all of that shifted. And then from there, it was like I didn't look. So then it became, now I really can't look. And it has snowballed ever since. And now it is so, I can't. Like, I have tried to sit down and do the budget or like the finances or whatever, and I have had physical panic attacks. Like, I can't do it. And it really irritates you, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say so. I guess I'm just gonna have to do it.
Well, I've tried to get you to do it for 5 years.
I'm just not great. I'm just not great at that. I'm
But
really not.
do you
like?
let's talk about that. You say you're not great at it, but don't you think your version of not being great at it is probably better than my version of not even looking at all?
I have no idea. Depends.
Why?
I don't know.
No, I'm not touching it. So if you're not, quote, great at it, at least someone's looking. And at least someone is somewhat like managing it.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at the
No,
balance
no,
when
no.
it
I
comes
mean
across.
like the spending categories. That is better than blindly look, not like nothing.
Well, the my only concern with that is that if I were to do that and come up with some type of budget,
Please do.
I don't trust y'all to stay in it. That's the problem.
I will.
I'll be scared to death.
I promise
that,
I will.
That's why I hadn't even fooled with
I
it.
promise I will.
Because
It is recorded
could
right
say-
here, right now on this podcast. I promise I will.
I could say we got, $150 this week that we've got for.
That's real life right there too.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if
Like our
that's,
bank account's down to $150.
if that is what we are, like, if that's the budget for the week for food, I don't trust anybody else to stay in it.
I
I'll be honest.
promise you I would.
I don't believe
Try
you.
it.
I don't believe you.
How about you try it with one category?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
guess I'm gonna have to. Somebody's got to.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't believe that you will do it, but we'll see.
Just gotta find the time to do it.
It's a struggle for both of us. Let's move on to something that happened on Friday. While we were driving to your stroke doctor, we got into a legitimate argument to the point where Mila was in the back telling us to stop it. We weren't yelling, but we were frustrated with each other, which was you wanted to talk about the dogs getting in the trash.
Okay.
And I shut you down.
Yep.
Tell me about that.
What do you want me to say?
Just tell the story from your perspective. Start with the story.
Well, the story is that
you're already frustrated.
I am frustrated.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I know. Just tell the story.
The story that I remembered is I went downstairs. The dogs had gotten in the trash either that morning or the day before. Stuff was all over the place. And it's happened at minimum of 25 times. Not only have I seen it, you've seen it, our family has seen it, Ariana and Aiden see it, your parents have seen it, especially when your mom's been here. They know.
I'm talking about in the car.
Right, but I'm saying that you give everybody perspective of how much it happens.
Fair.
It happens all the time.
Okay.
And at some point, like for me mentally, like it gets to the point like freaking just, it's got to stop.
Okay.
Like it's got to stop. Like that's where I get.
You're amped up.
That's because it annoys me. Because
Can you
it's
tell the story
preventable.
from the car, the conversation? Or do you want me to tell it?
You can tell it because I don't remember part. I just remember trying to bring it up. And then I just immediately got shut down on that.
You did.
So.
Do you remember the time you tried to bring it up?
No, I don't. I truly don't.
Oh, come on.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
What time of the day was it that you tried to bring this up?
We were on the way to Mila's appointment.
No, we were on the way to your stroke doctor's appointment.
Oh, yeah.
So what time of the day was it?
In the morning.
What time? I know you know it.
In the morning before, I think you've had your coffee or something.
No, before your appointment time.
Okay, I don't remember. Just keep going.
Okay.
This is.
You're getting annoyed.
I am. Just say it.
Okay. It was 7:40 in the morning.
Okay.
Rachel hasn't taken her narcolepsy meds. I'm tired. We are going to a stroke appointment. So I am focused on that, right? And this was the first appointment where we were establishing care with the new stroke doctor here for you. And you want to bring up a conversation about the dogs getting in the trash. That sounds harmless, right? But it's not, because you take a baseball bat to this horse and you want to beat it like Negan in The Walking Dead. And you can't stop.
Yep.
You cannot stop.
That's correct.
And so
because it doesn't get fixed.
The way that I wrote it down was when two people have completely different processing needs and one problem can't wait, according to one person, and one brain can't go there yet, according to the other person. So you're the one that you feel it can't wait. I feel my brain can't go there right now. Now, from my perspective, my brain can't go there because I told you in the car, the dogs getting in the trash, if we're talking priorities and thoughts, like I have to hold so many thoughts in this brain and I don't do it well. If we are talking about the dogs getting in the trash, that is bottom of the barrel priority list for me. Like I don't have the brain capacity to think about it. And compounded with the fact that it's 7:40 in the morning, my brain is on a different path, which is stroke doctor, tired, and compounded by the fact that I know that you're going to beat it to a pulp. It's like, because I don't know. I think this may be a product of your stroke, but you seem unable to let go. You can hyperfixate on this type of stuff until you feel like it's been resolved, but it's not possible to resolve in that moment. Like, it's impossible. I can't resolve it for you. Like, we're in the car. I can't physically sit there and like install something that stops it. So I already knew this is going to go down a bad way. And I think I told you that. I think I told you that in the car. This is not going to go well if we have this conversation because we can't solve it right here, right now. And I am not in a good mental place to talk about it. I think what triggered you, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what triggered you was you feel like, quote, you can't talk to me about stuff.
That is correct. And it's not that it had to be solved right that second. I understand in the car. We're
But
not
I
in
think that
stop.
you
Hold
do put
on.
that in.
Hold on.
I think you do put
Hold
that
on.
on. You put that expectation on the conversation.
Let me finish.
You just don't
Please,
realize it.
let me finish.
I will. Just wanted to say that.
You don't know when to stop, do you? You don't.
Neither of us do.
Okay, I guess
You
not.
may permission to speak.
No.
No, I'm granting
I
you.
thought you were asking me this time. I was like, no, I'm going to talk this time.
I'm granting you permission to speak.
Okay. Well, the frustration is.
I love you, by the way.
I understand. I love you too. I understand that the trash can issue is not going to be fixed right that second. The issue is that there's, when I say, when can we talk about it? Or let's talk about it at a different time. There's never a guarantee that that's ever going to happen. So I feel like I have to resolve it right then, because if I don't, it will never get done, or I'll just have to do it myself. And the problem is, I'll come up with something. I'll put something on top of the thing of the trash can. I'll tell everybody to do it. You think it'll be done? No, it just doesn't.
I do put it on top of the trash
can. I'm not saying you may. The kids will not. My point is that nothing happens. Nothing gets solved. I can come up with the best plan in the world, but nobody is going to do it. That is my frustration. That's why at the time where I feel like I literally have to beat something into the pavement because y'all don't listen. Y'all don't.
No, I hear you.
You don't listen. Nobody wants to talk. You don't want to talk about it later, so it's never going to get solved. So I feel like, oh gosh, I have this opportunity now. I'm thinking about it. Let's just resolve it. Let's talk about it. But I understand.
Because we were in the car, you felt like it was an opportunity.
Correct. We ain't got nothing else to do. So that's my thought process. And I understand that. I get it, what you just said and everything else that you're trying to hold on to and think about and all this. But I think that is, like, we're just talking husband and wife here and struggles and all this other stuff. But that's my frustration is there's not a time where I feel like that I can come to you and have these conversations.
Well, you want me to commit to a future time, which I can't do.
I do, correct. So it's never solved.
Because if I commit to a future time, I feel I'm setting myself up for failure because my life and situation and what I deal with on a day-to-day basis is unpredictable.
I understand, and I'm not trying to discount any of that.
And my emotional state, my brain, like whatever, is also unpredictable.
There
are days where I literally wake up already anxious for no reason, no apparent reason.
I understand that.
You understand it cognitively, but I don't think you don't know what it feels like.
No, I do not. I have no idea.
So I mean, I can't give you that. I can't give you, okay, we'll talk about it at this time because that could end up being a disaster, or I might get pulled into something. Like an attorney might email me, for Medicaid or whatever. Like I don't know.
That's fine. But then it's like, okay, let's reschedule it. But it doesn't happen. That's what I'm saying. Like we can go beyond that and continue to try to fix it.
Just
the problem
keep kicking
is,
the can down the road.
Well, that's what you won't do though, is you won't try to figure out another time. Okay, something comes up, fine, no problem at all. Hey, we say we're gonna. I mean, this sounds childish, but okay, let's sit down and we'll talk at 2:30.
That's
about
absurd.
this.
I can't do that.
And then you get an email from something, and you go, okay, no, hey babe, I got this email. I can't do it right now. Can we? As soon as I get done with this, then we'll focus on.
I think it would be less likely that it's an email and more likely that I would say, hey babe, I'm feeling really anxious. I can't talk about this right now, and then you'd be mad.
I would be okay if you said, I can't do it right this second. Let's.
If I said I feel very anxious right now, I can't do this right this second, you would say, you always feel anxious. You actually said that in the car on the way to the stroke doctor, which actually did hurt my feelings.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I know, but you said that, and you said you always feel anxious, and then I said, you're right, I do, and it really stinks for me, and it's not about you, not in this particular situation, meaning my always feeling anxious, like, how about some empathy for me rather than the opposite, which is you tend to go to, well, you always feel anxious, and then you talk about how that affects you, but you fail to recognize how that genuinely affects me. And then we hit a crossroads, and it's a stalemate.
Yeah. So I do. I don't know how that feels because I don't struggle with that.
It's torture.
But I will tell you that, and I, if you were going to keep talking, I didn't mean to cut
No,
you
no, no.
off.
I'm not.
But
Permission to
I
speak granted.
I understand that that that's a struggle for you and all that, and I don't know how that feels. But the problem is though is that it does affect other things when
It absolutely does.
it's not just me that it's affecting the entire house. It's affecting everybody else too.
100%.
So that's why
I agree.
I get frustrated because I look with me that's one thing, but everything else, like I'm trying to keep that going, and it's like I don't know. I don't at this point. I'm just going to be honest with you, and this is the truth. I don't know when to talk to you about anything
I
right
don't
now.
either.
I have no clue.
That's the problem. I don't either.
Right. So it's like,
It stinks.
gosh, almost like, what do I do?
It's the reality of the world we're in right now.
I mean, that's literally.
I'm
how I
not
feel.
trying to cop out. I'm just saying, like,
I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that like that's where my frustration and my sometimes anger maybe at the situation can come in
yeah.
because I have no out. I mean, I've got nothing.
I don't either.
I understand. I get it. I just wish there was a solution. I am a fixer.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have a solution. Let's come to it. Let's get it fixed. Let's figure out a way to do it. And there's not one in this one.
PTSD doesn't have an immediate fix.
I don't expect it to be an immediate. If I could just see light at the end of the tunnel,
I know.
I
Me
would feel
too.
so much better.
Which is why I have wanted to call those crisis hotlines, or like why I've thought about it. Because there have been moments where I wanted to see light at the end of the tunnel. I get it. Like, I get it. Because I've thought that about my own self. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you two things. When your brain is overloaded or fried from work specifically, or you're like really struggling, you're feeling very overwhelmed. If I come up and bring up something to you that feels trivial, like something that I find to be important but you think is dumb, like goodness gracious, I don't know, like what if I wanted to teach you? This is absurd, but I'm going to use it as an example. It popped into my head. You're feeling totally overloaded. You're feeling like just you don't want to think, you just want to turn off. And I come to you and say, hey, I want to teach you how to put the duvet cover on our bed so that you can do it right. How would that make you feel like in your brain?
At that moment, I'd probably say, can we do it at a different time?
Yes. Now, you might have the ability to give me a different time because you're not chronically feeling that way.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were chronically feeling that way, like if that was your baseline, would you be able to give me a different time? Probably not.
I don't know because I've never experienced
Try to
it.
imagine it. Try to imagine it.
It's hard for me to do that.
Try.
The truth is, like, it won't do it justice. Me trying to just imagine
Well, that's
what
the
it may
nicest
feel
thing
like.
you've ever said to me.
Well, it won't do it justice because I don't know. Like,
You want to go do coitus? Because that was the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Okay. I mean, I know how, I understand, like, I've had I know how that feels. Like, I get it. So I understand it. I've lived through it. I've done it. I just don't, until you experience it, I can't accurately say that I'm able to give what you're asking.
Okay, the other thing I want you to think about, have you ever had a dream where you're falling? And you wake up?
Maybe when I was a kid, like maybe once.
Do you remember the
distinctly
feeling?
Once.
Do you remember the feeling?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Okay. The best way that I can explain physical anxiety for me. Now, there are two different things here. There is brain overloaded, and then there's physical anxiety. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They go hand in hand for me. They're almost always synonymous, like meaning happening at the same time. Physical anxiety for me feels like that feeling. You're falling, or you're on the edge of a cliff about to go off and your stomach drops, your heart drops, but it doesn't stop. It's a constant. You get stuck in that like inside right here feeling. It's the best way I can explain it.
Okay.
And it's almost physically painful. Like, but it's just pure panic. Stomach drops, heart something terrible happens or something scares you, or think about it like this: you get startled and your adrenaline kicks up and your heart goes to your butt. Okay, like you get scared by something like just like, ooh, like that scared me.
Okay.
That feeling right here that you get, or do you know what? Are you tracking? That, but stays, doesn't go away. It's permanent, like not permanent, but like it's long lasting. Like we're talking hours. That moment of your stomach falling to your butt, right here, long time, long minute, long hour, long all day, depends on the day. That. So when I say torture, I mean like it feels like a form of torture sometimes.
Okay.
So when you ask me, to commit to a time and I'm feeling that, and also my brain is going like this and doesn't have capacity anymore, I am a water glass full of water and can't take on more or it's going to spill over. Those two things are going on at the same time.
Okay.
And medication for me right now is the only thing that calms that down so that therapy can begin to work.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it's a product of, and I know that doesn't solve it. There's no quick fix, and you're a fixer.
Yep.
And I can't fix it. Not immediately. I wish I could. I really wish I could.
Well, I don't even need it immediately.
I wish I could give you like
just wish I could see like a.
Me too.
That's all.
Me too. The problem is I'm re-exposed to it, and that is part of what my therapist and I have talked about. Is it is really hard to recover from trauma when you are re-exposed to the trauma. And when I say re-exposed to the trauma, I mean Mila's alarms going off in the middle of the night. That's a re-exposure. That's an immediate, is she having a seizure? Wake up. Okay. Immediate fight or flight. Or handing her off to somebody for anesthesia. It's a trigger. Or like I explained to you the other day, when she had her hearing test, they let me lay down in the hospital bed with her and then go with her into the room where they were going to put her to sleep. And the second I saw the medications and stuff like that in that room, it was a trigger. Immediate heart rate goes up. Like, so I'm constantly re-exposed to it because we have a daughter that has medical complexity. And so I can't escape that. I have to figure out ways to cope with it. To not let it affect the family, and I don't have an answer for you. Okay. That's what my therapist is for.
Okay. We'll take it as it comes.
It's ongoing, unfortunately. I wish I could say it wasn't. We were going to end with some like, I don't know what you want to call it, some thoughts you think that we don't say out loud necessarily. Something that maybe some of you guys can relate to. And so I'll say mine first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just going to read it. Y'all forgive me. Don't have a great memory in these days right now. I mean, it's kind of funny, kind of not. Most of the time when I hand my debit card over to a cashier, I literally just think in my head, I really hope that goes through and doesn't make our bank account go negative. I don't look. I just hand it off. Thoughts? Doesn't surprise you?
No, it doesn't.
So it's bit me in the butt a couple times.
Yeah.
More than a couple times. I can't. I just have to hope that it's there.
Yeah, I've just got to find the time to sit down and do it.
I don't know. I got nothing. All I know is I've been doing that for years. Probably not helping my mental state.
Yep.
And yours?
Is what it is.
No, your quiet thought or whatever.
Oh yeah, mine's just really, I don't always know what I'm feeling is kind of me or the stroke. So
you said it. You kind of touched on that a little bit earlier.
A little bit, yeah. But
where it's hard for you to kind of know.
Right, but that's really just my thought is.
Could you kind of clarify what you mean by that a little bit?
Just how I react to stuff, or how I think, or how I'm not thinking, or being able to think how maybe I feel like I should be able to, whether it's like processing or, what I say, like what comes out of my mouth, that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's sometimes depending on situations. Like, I guess the best example would be a lot of information coming at me at one time,
Mm-hmm.
and then my brain,
Mm-hmm.
what does it process, and then how do I remember that when I try to remember what just came out of my mouth? Because I'll be honest with you, I struggle with it. My therapist right now that I have is I am. He went through a situation with me, and I tried to remember what he said,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because he was going so fast with things.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do a great job being able to like pull that back, like that what he said,
Yeah.
um, and that I
Did you
don't
tell
know.
him?
Yeah, oh yeah, I told him, and
Okay.
he was great about it. I mean, he slowed down and
Yeah.
made sure I understood it. But it was like I had to go over it and over it and over again. It's almost like in some ways I have to relearn some things.
But I think that part's your stroke. But maybe sometimes, correct me if I'm wrong, sometimes I think you don't know if the anger you're experiencing is your stroke or not.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, some of that too. Like I don't know if it's because in the past, like I felt like it was easier for me to
Yeah.
remember what was being said and be able to spit that back out.
No, I'm just talking about emotion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just talking about even memory recollection too.
Mm-hmm.
So that part of it. Yeah,
And there's been times where you've been like overly annoyed by something, and I have literally told you, this is your stroke.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need to walk away.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel when I say that?
I don't know. I mean, it helps. I
Does
try
it,
to
or
do
does
it.
it irritate you?
No, I try to do it. I mean, I may be irritated at it because
You
I
get
feel like I
irritated.
can't, I feel like I can't, I guess, react at the time. But
I don't feel like you get irritated at me. I think you get irritated at your stroke.
mm-hmm.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, guys, this is real life for us. Like, we're gonna live it out here on
Yep.
this podcast. The whole point of it is surviving the wave without going under.
Well, it's just an example. It's an example of some of the things that
We struggle
we
with.
struggle with on a daily basis. I mean, it's just the truth. I mean,
We're
that's
treading
just as simple
water.
as that. Yeah.
Does that sound about right?
Yeah. I would
And
say so.
we're tired.
Yeah.
Socials are going to be down below, and if you are on Apple Podcasts, please leave a review. Written is awesome. Really, really helps push it out. And if you're on YouTube and you like what we're doing, please hit the subscribe button. Costs nothing. We've also created a document because I created the document. I'm gonna take full credit for it.
You should.
It is a document that is to help you ask for help, because we've been there and we know how awkward it is when someone asks, how can I help? And you don't want to answer, you don't know how to answer.
Yep.
And then on the flip side, there's also a part of it for somebody who wants to help, whose loved one may not be responding with specifics. It's a labor of love. We just made it because we've been there. And I feel like if that document existed when we're still going through, but like when we were going through like the acute traumas,
Mm-hmm.
that would have really helped. I would have used it 100%.
Yep.
So it'll be down below. It's free. It'll ask you for your email. You can unsubscribe if you want to, but totally free. Again, just it's something that we could have used, and so we wanted to create it.
Yep.
With that being said, we will see you guys next week.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Bye.